When communism came to Mongolia, for many, many decades, religion was stamped underfoot. Monasteries, temples were closed, and monks were murdered. Christianity, of course, wasn't even heard of. But when communism fell in the late 1980s, avenues opened again. People were spiritually hungry. People flocked back to the temples, and people also wanted to learn about Jesus Christ. And this is the country where the Seventh-day Adventist Church has grown from no members to more than 1,000. The Adventist Church in Mongolia is young, with most members under the age of 30. The church began here in 1991 with two young Adventist Frontier Missions missionaries, Brad and Kathy Jolly. 2 years later, they rejoiced at their first baptisms. Today, those first new believers are still sharing the love of Jesus. They share their faith with friends and neighbours. They also run a language school that serves as a spiritual witness to a community that's longing to grow academically. David Tyson is an Australian who is one of the language school teachers. He describes the most rewarding part of his job.
When they start talking about God or looking for God, the fact that they ask questions and are very interested is the most rewarding thing here. And of course the most rewarding thing is seeing them baptised.
Yeah.
The first person baptised in modern Mongolia was Davaho. She now manages the language school and also serves as a teacher. She's glad to see this young church grow and start to build up its own leadership. As the Adventists grow up in the church and are educated, they assume positions of leadership that will serve to strengthen the church in Mongolia. Paul Katanko, the president of the Adventist Church in Mongolia, oversees a small staff that's working hard to provide enough resources to help nurture and grow this young church. He says that he has just one dream for the church.
Our young Mongolian Christians will develop a real biblical Christianity that's Mongolian and also Christian as well, and that they'll develop together into disciples that Jesus wants in Mongolia, rather than Western one, not Australian, not Korean, but a Mongolian Christianity that's authentic to the Bible. That's really my main dream.
One of the newest members to join the church is Delba. Her name appropriately means first blossom, and she's part of a new generation of Mongolian Adventists who have been converted through the witness of the young members here. Delba is a music student, and last year she noticed a change in one of her classmates. He seemed to be a new person. She asked him what had changed his life, and he introduced her to the Adventist message. They studied together, and now she sings a new song, praising the Saviour that gives her life a new purpose.
One thing I am so happy about now is I can live eternal. I can live in God's house forever.
This quarter, a portion of your 13th Sabbath offering will help provide housing for Adventist young people who come from all over the country to the capital city of Ulaanbaatar to study. Many of these students live in tiny, cramped basement rooms that most of us would find hard to live in. Sometimes they squeeze in with families in small traditional houses called gers. Many have to quit their studies and return home because they can't find affordable and adequate housing. Your offering this quarter will help to provide much needed housing for these Adventist young people. For such a young church, educating these new members is a vital investment in the future. Thank you for your prayers and support of the 13th Sabbath offering in the Northern Asia Pacific Division.